Today I'd like to deviate from all of the beat tutorials so we can get into some business tips. My 5 top tips that I'm about to share with you are things that I have gathered over the years and also made use of in my previous business, and I'm applying it right now in my new business, Elconblue Productions. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the subject. Having an idea is the first step to success. Now, it doesn't matter whether you are going to do a YouTube video, start a new business, create a beat, whatever the thing might be, whether it's a new invention, it always starts off with a good idea. Now, I'm talking about that spark of inspiration that gets you so excited, so fired up, that moves you to take action. Human beings are filled with ideas. We are amazingly creative creatures that can come up with solutions for problems. We are innovative, we are inventive. And the main reason why we are this way is because we have the ability to come up with ideas. Now, I know how I feel when I have beat block or writer's block, or I can't seem to find my way around a business problem. I just feel stuck. And when I feel stuck, that is when nothing happens. So what I'm going to explain to you is how to get out of that stuck in a rut feeling. Because once we feel that we are stuck, it's not that easy to move forward in whatever we want to do in our business, and then we cannot achieve the success that we really want. We firstly have to realize that our minds are thought machines. And according to successconsciousness.com, our minds generate between 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Can you imagine that? So this means that if our minds can come up with so many thoughts per day, why do we sometimes get stuck with ideas? It should be easy for us to just come up with 10 good ideas. So why is it that we sometimes feel stuck? Check it out. The operational word here is feel. We feel stuck. Now, I know from personal experience that it has something to do with my perspective on a problem. And our perspectives often have to do with how we feel emotionally and, physically sometimes or psychologically that puts us in a certain state of mind. For example, if I'm feeling frustrated, I have a very difficult time to be creative. Or when I'm in physical pain or I'm feeling emotional or sad or whatever the case might be, I just cannot find the enthusiasm to be able to bring me to that point where I can come up with a really good idea. Well, I've been very fortunate over the years to have had many, many mentors who cared enough about my success as an artist or a beat maker or a business person to share their experiences with me. When I was still starting out as a beat maker back in the early 90s, or was it the mid 90s, and as a hip hop MC, one of my mentors, Shaheen Arifdin from the legendary Prophets of the City crew back in South Africa, told me one day when I had writer's block that I should just keep writing. I shouldn't stop writing. Even if I think that the idea that I have isn't good enough, that I should just let it sit for a little while and then revisit it later. Because once you do that, your perspective changes and you start seeing it from a different angle. Then afterwards, once I revisit it, I would see it as maybe a starting point of an idea that could be developed into something more workable. And I'm so happy that somebody shared that pearl of wisdom with me because I still apply it to this very day. Thank you, Sha. Tip number 2, focus. Now, you guys might think that this sounds really cliche, but it's so true. Your success will ultimately be where your focus is. Because where your focus is where you're going to concentrate your time and your energy. For example, if you're just scrolling on your phone whole day, checking out random posts on IG or Facebook or whatever social media page that you are on, and you are in the studio but you're not actually concentrating or focusing on making beats, guess what? You're not going to be as successful as the next brother or sis who are sweating it out and focusing on their business. So find your focus and put your attention onto what's important. Prioritize the things that needs your immediate attention, and you will find success quicker in your business. Tip number 3, formulate a plan. Having a clear plan of action that outlines the steps that you need to take to succeed is imperative. But why do you need to formulate a plan? Well, there's a few things that come into focus here. Namely, A, do your research. Now, whether that means that you have to go and buy a couple of books, spend some money on that to, get the information that you need, visiting websites and, speak to people maybe that have the experience in this particular subject or part of your business, do that. Just do it. You have no way around it because it's going to help you so much in the end and throughout your business. It's unavoidable. And do it before you do anything else. B, timing. Another crucial step in coming up with a good business plan is knowing when to do what. Now, if you did your research, as we mentioned in A, you will know which steps of your plan has to be rolled out sooner rather than later. And also what time of the year would be best to do it, or the time of the month. Let me give you an example. Say, for instance, you are vigorously promoting your web store months and months in advance before you even set it up or have the means to set it up, or even get some products in there to be able to sell through your web store. People are going to start thinking that you're not serious about what you're doing because you are not showing any evidence for all the hype that you are creating. See what I mean? C, don't rush. It is never a good idea to go with the first advice that you get. Allow yourself some time and space to learn more and gain a little bit more experience about what you are doing. Analyze these things and see whether what you have in mind might stand in conflict with another part of your business later. Okay, let's move on to tip number 4, goals. Now, after you've got a solid plan of action, you need to start setting goals so that you at least have something to work towards. Now, what helps me a lot is having to-do lists. Oh, guys, I just love to-do lists. I have a monthly to-do list, and within that monthly to-do list, I break things down in weekly to-do lists, and then I break it further down in daily to-do lists with a deadline as to when I would like to have this particular part of my plan come to fruition. Now, guys, I find that it's a tremendous psychological help for me when I am ticking off all of the things on my to-do list and later go back to see what I have already achieved in the time that I wanted to achieve it. It also gives you a great sense of where you are in your plan, and that's always a great motivator, right? Another thing that I find is really important is to keep your goals realistic. Now, whenever I personally find that I am setting the bar way too high for myself, whether it is that I don't have the financial means to do something or I don't have the necessary skills to do something to reach that goal, I mean, the idea just crashes and then it just becomes really disappointing and it's a great demotivator. And remember that even if you crash, it's not a failure. It's a stepping stone and an opportunity for you to learn from your mistakes so that you can avoid that pitfall in the future. Now, it's all good and well that you have set up a good plan of action and that you have all your to-do lists and you've set your goals. But if you don't take any action on any of them, that's all in vain. Taking action on your plans and doing the steps that you have set out for yourself on paper is crucial to success in life. We have to avoid being all talk and no walk. And some of us want to have the recognition before we even put in all the work. Guys, it costs blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice. For instance, if you have to say no to a friend's party because you have a deadline tomorrow, so be it. Be prepared to spend your time and your energy on it. Even if you have to forego an hour or 3 of sleep, like I do sometimes, you have to do it, especially if you're a new entrepreneur or even if you're a well-established one. And the well-established ones will tell you why they are successful and why they are still around, because they have put their time and their energy into it and they have sacrificed and worked really hard. Build daily. Even if it seems as if you're taking seemingly really small steps, you'll definitely reap the rewards later. Now, being successful, in my books, doesn't always equate to the bottom line or making huge profits. If you are a creative and you want to live comfortably off of your passion and do what you love as your job every single day and achieve your dreams and goals, that in my books also counts as success. As long as you do something positive that gives you purpose in life. Now that's my 5 top tips for success. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you will know whenever we post a new video. And if you guys would like me to create more of this type of content on this channel or not, please leave it in the comment section as well as with your questions if you have any, and I will get back to you soon. And thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate it. I'll peep you in the next.